I'm real excited. I'm real excited to be here. It's going to be a little bit different game than what we're accustomed to seeing from East Meck. The only good thing about that is the background I come from. I played small-time ball, and pretty much we pack it in tight, run the football, and play defense. The difference is I think it's going to be the athletes and the biggest difference we see is in the athletes. However, all us 1A schools are all playing with the same type of kids. So the playing field is going to be level there. I'm just going to have to adapt what we're doing based on the different formations we're going to see from the different offenses.
And you were the defensive coordinator at East Meck. Could you talk about the type of system that you ran there, and do you see you running the same type of system, or you're going to basically form it around the roster that you have, that you'll be
Well, the type of system I ran when I was at East, first year we started off with a 3-3-5 or 3-5-3, and then we morphed that into a 4-2-5 based on our personnel. We had more linemen than we had linebackers, so it worked out that way. And we had a lot of skilled position players. Also, what I'm going to do here is going to be dictated on what kind of players we got. That's the way we're going to have to work. I would love to keep it at a 4-2-5. If we got the personnel to do it, that's great. But if not, I've coached multiple different defenses, and I'm comfortable with that as well.
In terms of the roster you're inheriting, I believe you're only losing about 7 or 8 seniors. So that's a pretty good situation
Correct.
to be in at this point. Have you met any of the kids?
I met
tonight.
Yeah, no. Tonight was the first night that I hadn't met them. Based on the roster on Max Preps, we're bringing 33 kids back, so we're losing 7 from the 40. Tonight's the first night I've had any contact with the kids, and from here on out, I'll be coming up here. My first day here is March 11th, and I'll be starting to be up here next week, and we're gonna get the ball rolling and get working.
And if you can, I know you discussed this in your your meet and greet, but if you can just reiterate your football philosophy.
My football philosophy is it's the process. It's taking care of the little things, being a student athlete, being a hard worker, being committed, communicating, in those sort of areas. It's all part of the process on who you are and how we're going to practice and how we're going to get to where we're going. If we can take care of the little things, then the big things in the scoreboard will take care of itself. And sometimes that's hard to get the kids to understand because all they're worried about is score, 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 score. And all I'm worried about is the little things. Did you get the most out of practice today? Did you get the most out of the weight room? Are you here? Are you committed? Are you unselfish? Are you a team player? And then if we can get everybody together with one heartbeat working in that direction, and they'll see that, but I promise you that the scoreboard will take care of itself at the end of the day.
I think one of the primary things coming in here is probably going to be a good salesperson, having them buy into your system, being that some of these kids are going to see that you're going to be the third coach in 3 years.
Correct.
What's your mindset coming into that?
My mindset for that is I feel it's going to take a little bit of time. I got to come in here high energy. I got to demand the most out of the kids and get them to understand that I'm going to be here. And that's my plan for the foreseeable future. I'm not going to be here for a year and jump boat for the next best ship that's leaving. I came here. I chose this school. This is one of the few schools that I applied to, and I'm picky about it because I just didn't want to go anywhere. And this is the place where I wanted to be, and I'm just happy to be here. And I'm glad that the administration here believed in me to give me that opportunity. I just got to get the kids to see that and buy into that. And I think they'll start to do that once they realize that I'm serious, high energy, up-tempo, and they see me putting in the work and doing what I'm going to do on my end. And I think they'll see that, and that'll help make us bond in that direction.
And not asking for any type of predictions in terms of wins or losses, but this time next year, seasons pass, your first season, what are your expectations coming out of your first year? What are you hoping for?
Well, as far as wins and losses, that's hard to predict. But I would like to compete. I want to be competitive. When the kids leave the field, I want to know that they played hard and they conducted themselves with class, regardless of the outcome. Well, hang your hat high. You worked as hard as you could. You practiced as hard as you could. You went as hard as you could in the weight room. And sometimes you're just going to get out-pulled. That's just the way it's going to go. But I want everybody to know that we're all working for the same cause, and we're going to feel good about us being part of a Union Academy football team on Friday night, win, lose, or draw, based on the process. Obviously, I want to compete for conference, and I'd like to win some playoff games. I mean, it's the big goal.